All right, I'm from College of Ag. My name is Jian. I want to share with you my experience during my last year with Eli. Talk about enhancing the student engagement via some interactive maps for my class. So we already heard from the other speakers, enhancing student engagement is very important. It's not just about the passion, the involvement, and how students get into the learning process, also the teamwork. So, and we already know that the millennial and the Generation Z, they think very differently from what way when we're in the college. So how can we get around this? So I think during my experience, I want to trying to get some tools that can help to engage students in my classroom. So one of the things Eli offered, I think is really nice, is the set of tools that I also involved in the FLC, that we have a discussion how to apply those online learning, blogging, teamwork, interactive maps into the teaching. So I will focus on interactive map. To give you a context, I teach biofuel, bioenergy, basically kind of the renewable energy concept. When I first got in Kentucky, that's all the things I know about Kentucky. However, when I got here, I found out Kentucky has a lot of coal mining, and it has very strong car manufacturing, actually the third car manufacturer in the US. So, however, because declining of the coal mining and the job creation in this new area, the Kentucky found some new incentives for the economy, so we call it bioeconomy. So we have a lot of resources, which including the graphics I show here, the agricultural residue, all kinds of feedstocks. So we use map every day. We use Google Maps, and what I'm trying to think is how can I integrate this tool into the context of my class, which is the feedstocks to generate energy or biofuels. So the National Renewable Energy Lab has really nice tools called Biofuel Atlas. Basically, they pull all the data from database at each level of the region. So they have a really nice database. You can run some analysis. For example, we can get in the map and click on Lexington. You can draw a circle in a 50-mile radius where you can find out what kind of feedstocks available in this region. So based on that tool, I create assignment around this interactive map. So for example, I will ask students to tabulate to compare the top three most available feedstocks in this region, in Lexington or in Paducah campus. So here's one example what the student gets. They will use this tool to do some analysis. You have some numbers you can run, how much biofuels you can produce. So the next thing I want to integrate is how to build, based on the interactive map, to integrate some other online activities. So I found out this tool, which is called the Story Map. It's a very nice tool, which you can integrate multimedia information like blogging into this map. So the student can put a lot of information on the map and during their learning process. So in the future plan, I want to extend this use of Story Map and to many different areas in my future teaching. So the take-home message, the engagement is very important. We want to utilize or take advantage of some of the technology to help the student to engage in their learning process. So what I get from the Eli, I think is very exciting. I got a much better class. This class can reach to the lab, to some of the companies to get a real world experience. Also, we have a very encouraging FLC. Why I call it encouraging? Because it's my second time teach. Forever in my life, I think it's very challenging. But I got very nice FLC that we work together on some of those concepts I just brought up. Also, I had a chance to attend a conference and chair a section about education in engineering and agriculture. I present my experience from Eli. I think that it became a very nice trip. And I want to take the time to acknowledge Selt and give the opportunity. Actually, I learned a lot during that year. I definitely can see that I become more confident in teaching. and my TCE actually improved a lot within this 1 year. I think it's very helpful. Thank you.